here we go. Sweden gets the opening face-off. They have a very strong defensive staff this time around. They come immediately down into the Danish area. The Danes are able to break up the Swedish attack and dump it right down into the Swedish end. Obviously Denmark, the Danish players are down there trying to establish some early pressure on Sweden, trying to catch them a little bit. Still back on the Swedish players, back on their heels, hoping to get a quick early goal in this game. They're able to keep the puck down there. Enroth lost his stick. It was sitting behind the net for a few seconds. Of course, that's a goalie's nightmare when a goalie loses his stick. But Enroth did get his stick back. Sweden gets the puck. They throw it deep down at their end. Obviously, they try and get some more speed out on there on the second shift. They're grinding it out along the boards. Denmark is rotating its players in there, always having 3 players in the corner. They're able to get it out into the mid-ice area. Sweden quickly turns it around. Here comes the big first shot onto the Swedish goalie, Fredrik Andersson. Fredrik Andersson played so well last year that he was picked up by the an NHL team, the Carolina Hurricanes, excuse me. There's that first shot coming in, handled quite well by Fredrik Andersson. All these players obviously want to get the first touch on the puck in the game as quick as possible, get rid of those pre-game nerves, the jitters, get into the rhythm of the game. Denmark obviously has grown up in the shadow of the Scandinavian cousins such as Sweden. There's the first shot down onto Enroth. He directs it into the right corner. Sweden comes up with the puck, immediately coming back onto the Danish team. Fredrik Andersson is not fooled by that quick backhand from Stålberg. If you look at a lot of these Swedish players, just look at the size. They demonstrated their strength, besides their strength and their size, their skating abilities and their technical abilities in that first game against Norway. Denmark, on the other hand, is producing good NHL potential, especially from a small hockey nation. They have an excellent hockey program. No penalty called on that last altercation in the Swedish end. Here comes the Swedes looking for it. Then they get their first goal. Stålberg, number 25 for Sweden, nets the first goal in this game. Again, we're seeing that develop. Victor Stålberg gets his first goal at 2:06 in the first period. Watch again how it develops. Coming in, waiting, that cross ice pass. Stålberg is right there, arrives at the right place at the right time. He's open, and he puts it in. Right there. Assist from Kruger, number 32. First goal for Sweden. Denmark can ill afford to get nervous. They have to stick to their game plan right now. It's going to be a difficult game, but hey, we're at the highest level of world hockey. It's to be expected. Enroth, the Swedish goalie, clears it around the boards. Again, the Swedish fans, we are playing in Stockholm at the beautiful Globe Arena. A lot of the Swedish fans thought there should have been a slashing call on that last play, but the referee thought otherwise. The Swedes regroup in their own end. Lots of space to get into the Danish end. Danes looking just a little bit scrambly right now. They have to stay calm, stay on the game plan. Danes have their head coach is actually a Swede. His name is Per Backman. He's obviously been having to talk. Here's a big 2-on-1 opportunity again for the Swedes. Turned away by Fredrik Andersson into the right-hand corner. Once again, the Swedes have the puck behind the net. looking for a filtering pass to no avail. It's back to point. They're working it around. Still around on the boards behind the net. Swedes keeping the possession. And there was, oh, it's right down by the side of the net. That tap in just didn't go in. Fredrik Andersson is going to have his work cut out for him tonight. I was talking earlier about the physical presence of the Swedish players. You just saw a demonstration how big they are, how strong they are, how coordinated they are as well. Excellent pressure. The Swedes regroup once again and come right back at the Danes. Behind the net is the puck. Both teams are scrambling for it. Swedes come out. They're doing their rotation once again, looking for that quick filtering pass. There it is again, but this time Danish defenseman was able to lift the stick. There's a quick shot. Fredrik Andersson gets his right pad out, deflects it off into the right corner again. Oh, big deflection in front of Andersson, the Danish goalie. Again, the Danes just throw it down the ice and take an icing call. That's the thing to do. If you see that your team is getting scrambly, as we see right here, the movement behind the net, the Swedes are coming in, they're keeping possession, looking for that filtering pass. There's that last possibility for Kronwall to pop it in. But look how Andersson closes the door on Kronwall. But if your team's in difficulty, throwing it down to the other, and there's another quick shot. Filtering pass from behind the net. Danes are going to have to solve this Swedish riddle. Another big shot. Fredrik Andersson is getting a lot of work in these first minutes of the first period. It's already 1-0 for Sweden. The Swedes keep on a suffocating pressure onto the Danes. Now the Danes get the puck out into the mid-ice area, throw it down into the Swedish zone, and go for a line change. Once again, we're down back into the Danish end. Oh, bad. Oh, excellent save by Fredrik Andersson, but there's going to be a penalty call against the Danes. Bad clearing pass by the Danes, intercepted by the Swedes, created that entire situation. Per Bachmann, the head coach of Denmark, as we see Lars Eller taking his 2-minute penalty for slashing right in front of the net. Watch, right there comes in, blocks Lundqvist's stick. It's a power play for Sweden, 5-on-4. Face-off in the Danish zone. Sweden wins the face-off. Here comes the big slap shot. Fredrik Andersson has it again. He's showing his mettle. Carlson ripped to that slap shot from the point. One-timing it, Carlson, inner comes. Look at that big screen right in front of Fredrik Andersson. Look at that right there. Excellent concentration from Andersson. Face-off to the right of the Danish goalie, Fredrik Andersson. Swedes win the face-off once again. Keep the puck in the Danish area. Moving it around, again looking for that quick filtering pass right in front of the crease. That's been working for the Swedes so far tonight. And there it is. The second goal gets pushed in. The referee immediately says that is a goal. The Swedes were able to push it in to the left of Fredrik Andersson, the Danish goalie. On the power play, Eller took that penalty. We're going to see who actually comes up with the goal after that big scramble right in front. Looks like it's probably number 21. Let's see, once again, yes, it's his last touch. He got it through the between the pads. Let's watch the pads. There it is. It just squeaks in underneath the pads of Fredrik Andersen. We have a timeout. It could be that Denmark is challenging that call. Fredrik Andersen was saying that there was too many people coming in. There's a timeout, Denmark timeout right now. There's the puck right in the crease area. Now he's saying that Eriksson comes in, number 21, he came into the crease area of Denmark. See, this is probably what the Danes are saying, that there is just too many people coming in. But to no avail, the referee says no, that was a legitimate goal, and it is now 2-0 for Sweden against Denmark. Denmark has to stay calm, stay cool. Don't get rattled, don't get flustered, don't start running after the puck. Play position. At this level, if you start running after the puck and you leave your position, these players can sense it so quickly. They work that puck right over into that position that's free, and they get a really good scoring opportunity. Denmark just has to stay calm in these first few minutes. Stay on the game plan. Per Bachmann, the Danish coach, did the right thing. Here we're seeing the second goal coming in, just being pushed in. Right there, we see it once again. Once. Well, it's hard to say now exactly which player is going to be credited with the goal. There it's coming in before number 21 from Sweden comes in. And in fact, it's number 90, seems to be number 93 from the Swedish roster, Franzen, who gets the goal. The second goal for Sweden at 13:46 of the first period. 2-0 Sweden over Denmark.
The goal for Team Sweden, scored by number 93, assisted by number 21.
And Franzen does get that second goal. It was a big scramble in front of the net. It was hard to actually decide who got the last touch on that puck to get it underneath Fredrik Andersen's goal pads. Swedish goalie Enroth hasn't been tested all that much. Jonas Enroth, number 1 for Sweden. Sweden is right back down into the Danish zone, getting another really good shot, angled shot onto Fredrik Andersen. There we have a good close-up in it. There's Johan Franzen. He scored the second goal for Sweden. He already has 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. And we have the face-off in the Danish zone. Sweden gets the face-off back to the point. Able to keep possession in the Danish area. Once again, working it around. Look at the strength of the Swedish player right there. He comes out with the puck. The size of the Swedish player. There's an obvious difference. That means he's keeping the puck. He puts his back between the Danish player and the puck, keeping it. Shot right on to Fredrik Andersen. That's no problem for our goalie from Denmark. Per Bachmann, head coach of Denmark, is obviously looking at his bench, wants to calm his players down. It's early in the game. Heresby, Danish defenseman, throws it around to get the puck coming out of their zone, broken up by the Swedes. Now the Danes going to give a try to getting down into the Swedish zone. Here's a good, oh, just missed an opportunity for a long stretch pass for Denmark. Swedes come right back though. Shot just off the right arm of Andersen, the Danish goalie. Long stretch pass was touched, so the icing is waved off. Denmark comes in. puts some pressure onto the Swede defense, but they handle it well. Swedes bring it down, dump it deep down into the Danish zone. Danes are able to get the puck over the blue line, so it's a delayed offside, waved off. And the Swedes once again get possession of their puck, move it around in their own zone, try and stretch out the Danish players to create space for their wingers or their centermen. Oh, look at that space that was given, that was just handed over to Johan Franzen, number 93. Here comes Johan. He says, I'll go right out in front of the net and look for my second goal. He already has 1 goal and assist tonight. Let's go for more. Instead, Anderson, the Danish goalie, says, not this time. I've seen you before. Once again, the Swedes moving the puck around with authority in the Danish zone. Oftentimes, the Swedes are able to create a 2-on-1 type of situation. The Danes now getting organized, coming out of their own zone. Trying to get some shots onto Jonas Enroth. Bit of a mix-up at the changing of the lines for Denmark. Penalty called. Here comes another penalty against Denmark. High sticking, looks like. Stefan Lassen, number 6 from Denmark. He gets his 2-minute rest. There's the stick coming up, right up around the face. And I agree. They're coming down very, very heavily on any type of illegal contact from the shoulders up, in the cervical spine, in the neck, around the head, any type of sticks coming up, elbows, anything of that nature. They immediately hand out penalties, and I couldn't agree more, because that's where the real damage gets done. We have Sweden on its second power play of the game. Just over 1 minute 40 left. Sweden comes down, wants to establish its presence down into the Danish zone. Moving the puck around quite well, Sweden. Shot just goes over the crossbar, bounces out of the playing area. Erik Karlsson, number 65 for Sweden. A good possibility to look out for Gabriel Landskog on Sweden, on the Swedish team. He could be up to being NHL Rookie of the Year. We'll see. And the Swedes keep possession. Oh, here's a big opportunity. Oh, how didn't that go in? The Swedes just collapse right down around the Danish net, getting closer and closer. They did the big wraparound, but somehow that puck just went right through the crease. The Swedish fans want more, and they could have it right now, and there they got it. Third goal for Sweden on a power play. Number 21, Louis Eriksson. 11:05 of the first period. Nets the third. Look at the Danish players. A lot of the Danish players out of position, scrambling around, following the puck. Louis Eriksson just waiting by the side of the net. Right there, puts it in. As I was saying before, in this type of situation, it's easy to say, It's much more difficult to do. I've been in those situations. When you're in that situation, when you're hemmed in your own zone, other team has a power play, and you just can't get out of your own zone, it feels like you're in prison. You just can't get out of there. And you start scrambling, you start running after the fellow who has the puck. And that's the last thing you want to do. You have to hold your position. And Sweden just comes right back after Denmark. Denmark's able to get it out into the mid-ice area. Let's see them get a good shot on the net, if possible. Not so. Sweden handles that attack quite well. Here we have a 2-on-1 situation. Goal. Fredrik Andersen, the Danish goalie, is having a hard go of it tonight. That's the 4th goal for Sweden. Victor Stahlberg, 11:43 of the first period, number 25, gets the 4th goal. Again, here's a classic. Watch how they move the puck across the ice, forcing Fredrik Andersen, the Danish goalie. Watch the Danish goalie here, how he's forced to move across the mouth of the goal. When you force the goalie to move across the mouth of the goal, he opens up spaces to shoot at. And these players, these Swedish players at this level, they are snipers. They aren't going to miss that. It's already 4-0 for Sweden in the first period. 8:13 left. Denmark is going to have to dig deep, regroup, rethink. Per Bachmann, coach for Denmark, may have to start looking around, saying that he may have to start juggling his lines, looking for new combos, new combinations of players, just to settle his team down. And that's the major thing. Denmark just has to settle down. There we have a better effort from Denmark. Sweden comes up with the puck. It starts their march back down into the Danish end of the ice.
Assisted by number 32, and number 92,
working it along the boards. Sweden keeping possession of the puck. It's a lot of work, takes a lot of energy. 2 Danish players are in there. They come up with the puck. Oh, another bad pass right into the mid-ice area. That's the second time we've seen that. And once again, the Swedes are buzzing all around Fredrik Andersen, the Danish goalie. The Danes finally get the puck out into the mid-ice area, trying to get new, fresh legs out on the ice. The Swedes see what they were doing. They were trying to get a quick stretch pass to catch the Danes in the process of changing lines. Mid-ice area, turn over the puck to the Danes. They come in, trying to get some opportunities. There's the first shot, Enroth. Oh, that puck bounces around there. Enroth could not squeeze it. Here comes in, this time he does. Enroth, the Swedish goalie, finally getting some action just around the 6-minute mark of the first period. Stahlberg, number 25, he's netted a goal already tonight in the first period. Let's have a look again at the goals. All 4 of them this first period have been from Sweden. There's Stahlberg getting his goal. And there's, let's call it the jammer. There's another beautiful work of hockey. Moving the puck around. Here's the last goal. Not much that Fredrik Andersen can do on those goals. When the Swedes are able to move the puck around so freely in front of you, from left to right, right to left, forcing you to move. So far, Fredrik Andersen As I said, the Danish goalie has had a lot of work tonight. Face off in the Swedish zone. Danes come up with it. Bounces off some padding. Danes throw right back into the Swedish zone. This is exactly what the Danes have to do. Don't roll over. Just keep on playing. Stick to the game plan. Better work from the Danish defense, standing up the Swedes at the blue line. Dumping it right down into the Swedish zone. Swedes have the puck right back down in the Danish area. Once again, we see the size difference between players. Strength as well. Swedes get sent right back down into their area to regroup and try it once again. Big slap shot from the point. Rebound. Swedes looking to pop that rebound in, but to no avail. And once again, oh, right behind him, right behind him. Right underneath that right pad. That puck was bouncing around right again around Frederick Anderson. This time, watch once again. That filtering pass from the corner across. That puck is right underneath his right pad. But again, Denmark has to solve that problem of letting the Swedish players making that filtering pass from the corner. Quick filtering pass right out in front of the Danish net where they go for the tap in. And the puck jumps out of the playing surface. And we'll have a face-off. Jensen, number 41, from Denmark. His teammates as well are going to have to regroup. Oftentimes in these games, as we saw with Belarus last night, they just kept on playing, and little by little they pulled themselves back into the game, losing it at the end, but they made an excellent game out of it. This is the real test where you test the mettle of a team when a team is down. Again, the Danes cough up the puck to the Swedes in their own zone. Swedes come back, work it around the boards. Oh. Bit of a miscue from the defense there. It's a penalty called against number 40 of Sweden. The Frederick Anderson, the Danish goalie, gets out of the net. Denmark gets a sixth attacker in. It's a delayed penalty call against Sweden right now. Number 40 from Sweden is getting a hooking call. Assistant captain Henrik Zetterberg, who plays for the Detroit Red Wings, he doesn't agree. Right there. There's the hit on Lundqvist right into the end of the boards. Good thing that they have some padding on that, but he still felt it. Zetterberg is in the penalty box for Sweden. It's a 5-on-4 power play for Denmark. Let's see if they can just pull themselves. Lundqvist, it was number 20 who took that full facial into the glass, let's call it. We'll see what Denmark can get together with its power play, the first opportunity they've had for a power play in this first period. Just over a minute 40 left in the power play. The Swedes keep possession of the puck. Now the Danes get it, but It's bouncing around. That bounces from one player to the next. The Swedes have it at the mid-ice area. Swedes keep possession of the puck, forcing the Danes to come to them. It's an icing call against Denmark. Nielsen, number 5 for Denmark, is out there. There's number 20 for Sweden. He had a big hit. That's why he's trying to shake it off, get himself back into good shape for the next shift out there on the ice. Face-off is in the Denmark area. Power play for Denmark. 1 minute left in that power play right now. Denmark desperately trying to establish another penalty called against Sweden. Maybe a boarding call. 2-minute call. That makes 5-on-3. Staffan Cronwell, number 4, he gets 2 minutes for boarding. It's a 5-on-3 situation for Denmark. Let's watch it right here. Well, you know, a lot of these players, when they're playing in the NHL, it's much more physical. It's a 5-on-3 situation right now for Denmark. This is a golden opportunity for Denmark to get itself back in the game. Denmark moving the puck around with authority around the periphery of the zone. Here's the opportunity, and there we go! First Denmark goal! Coming from a 5-on-3 situation. Number 44, Hart, nets himself the first goal for Denmark in the game. Let's watch how it develops again. Moving it around to the side of the net, right through Enroth's pads. Watch again, Enroth is down. There it is, right, or through the pads, or just to the left of Enroth's pad. That's what you have to do. Denmark had the opportunity, 5-on-3. They didn't throw away that opportunity. They got their first goal, just over a minute and a half left in the first period. That's a big shot in the arm for any team. Jacobson, number 33, takes the face-off for Denmark. They win the face-off. That's a demonstration of new confidence as well for Denmark. It's a 5-on-4 situation, still power play for Denmark for another minute and 20 seconds. Denmark keeps possession, sets up its pressure on the Swedes. Swedes set up the box in front of Enroth. Good ripping slap shot from the captain, number 13. Again, we see Nicholas Hart, number 44. He got that first goal for Denmark. Let's have a look at it again. Moving it around. Coming off of Enroth. Just to the left of Enroth's left pad. No, excuse me, it's through the pads. Right between the pads. This again is another excellent opportunity for Denmark to throw that puck right down there. Try and create some sort of pressure on the Swedish team. Denmark keeps the puck in the Swedish area, moving it around with good authority. There you go. Looking to throw that puck in right in front of Enroth, the Swedish goalie. Look, that's how you create your opportunities. No offside. They were able to keep the puck on right directly, physically on the blue line. We saw another situation like that in Canada's opening game. The puck came partially over the blue line. It has to come all the way out. And there's, oh! Excellent work by Denmark. Never say die. There's another good opportunity right in front of Enroth. Swedish goalie, he's looking up at the big Spectratron to see the replays himself. Eller, number 81, he had a great shot there. Good opportunity. That's what you have to do. Just stay calm. Work yourself back into the game, little by little. There's lots of time left in this game. Puck pops out. Denmark has to come out, regroup in the mid-ice area. But that's how it ends. 4-1 at the end of the first period between Sweden and Denmark. We're going to take a break and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Score after the first period. Denmark 1, Sweden 4. Stepping up the first period. Team Sweden now playing at full strength. Sverige full.
Sweden wins the face-off. Get organized, start coming down onto Denmark again. 5-on-5 right now. Both teams at full strength. Sweden once again moving the puck around the boards. Danes getting the puck, getting organized to get out of their own zone, up into the mid-ice area. Quick turnaround for the Swedes. Here's that first shot. What a wrist shot. That was a dynamite shot to get the 5th Swedish goal. Daniel Alfredsson, another NHL presence, the captain. Turnover. Number 11, watch. Snaps it right over. Snaps it right up over the right shoulder of the Danish goalie, Anderson. Zetterberg from the Detroit Red Wings comes over to say, hey, good shot. It's 5-1 Sweden.
Goal for Team Sweden. Scored by number 11, Daniel Alfredsson. Assisted by number 40.
Swedes come right back.
Time 43 seconds. More for Sverige.
Keep moving the puck around in their own zone. Taking their time, there's no rush. They're waiting until they get the exact conditions that they want before they bring the puck into the Danish zone. Once again, moving it around the boards. It was a strategy that worked in the first period. They're going to keep on doing it, obviously, in the second. There we see number 93, Gabriel Landskog for Sweden, was out on the ice. The Swedes keep the possession of the puck in their own zone, working it around, waiting for the rest of the players to get in position. Keeping the puck within in the Danish zone, having some shots. Here comes the slap shot from the point. Bounces to the right of Anderson, Danish goalie. Obviously, the Swedish fans thought that should have been a holding penalty, but the referee was not of the same opinion, and the puck gets thrown down deep into the Swedish zone. Both teams go for changes on the fly. Long stretch pass attempt. No icing on the puck. Oh! Running in. Two of the Swedish players ran into one another. Both seem to be okay, though. Anderson, the Danish goalie, passes it up to the blue line. They get it into the mid-ice area. Sweden comes back, though. Working hard. Showing oh, big wraparound. Oh. Many of these big Swedish players are just very difficult very difficult to contest. They're tall, have excellent poise and strength on skates. It's difficult to get them off the puck. And the puck jumps up over the boards, over the glass, into the netting. We have a stoppage of delay. Here we're going to see another. Look at the strength. Look at the ability of Larson just to pull the puck out in front of the Danish zone. He knew where he wanted to go. He wanted to get more wood on it to get it up into the corner. If he would have gotten more wood on it, he would have had himself a goal because Frederick Anderson was down. Once again, Sweden is moving the puck around with authority in its own end, waiting to develop their play. Danes are pushed deep down into their zone once again. Get possession of the puck. Coming up, it's a 3-on-3 situation now for Denmark. This is looking a bit better. See if they can establish their presence in the Swedish zone. Get it. Oh! Big deflection right in front of Enroth. The Swedish goalie is able to get back on his feet. Sweden comes right back against the Danes. And here again we see Zetterberg dragging along the boards. Here comes the shot, just wide to the left of Anderson, the Danish goalie. You see more. The Swedes are doing the rotation, rotating one player in onto the puck, then the next one comes in immediately. The Danes are having a tough time getting the puck out of their own zone. Once the Swedes establish that pressure, they're very tough to move off. Again, the Swedes keep working on it, but it's the Swedes. Oh, moving the puck in front of Anderson, the Danish goalie. They couldn't just squeeze it to get a shot into that net. It's 5-1 Sweden over Denmark. Sweden once again into the Danish area. Oh, oh! Once again, just off the mark. Another Swedish player could have had himself a goal. This is an exhausting pressure that Sweden has on Denmark right now. Finally, Denmark throws the puck down the ice, gets itself an icing call, get fresh legs out on the ice. Jarnson gets in there. Here's this. Alfredsson goes high, just a little bit wide. Here comes another opportunity. Moving it around. Ah, it was Anderson got a stick out there. Cut down that pass. He said, hey, I'm going to get involved. And the Danes are content to throw it deep down into the Swedish area. The net is knocked off its moorings. There's number 92, Landeskog. He's up for Rookie of the Year. In the NHL, Landeskog. There's the goal for Sweden that just from Alfredsson, number 11, the captain. Quick goal for Sweden. The first few seconds of the opening of the second period. Well, you know what? Have you ever stayed up all night wondering what is that symbol on the Swedish jersey? Well, it's actually 3 crowns. Those 3 crowns represent the lesser national coat of arms of the Kingdom of Sweden. That's why the Swedish team is also known as the Tre Kronor. There's some information for the people who just had to know. We're back to our game. Here comes Denmark. That's looking better. Trying to up the tempo of the game. Per Bachmann obviously was saying to his players, up the level of get skating. Try and up the level of the game. Another big deflection right in front of Anderson. Fredrik Anderson. The Swedes can't keep the puck in the Danish end, so they're forced out into the mid-ice area, but they come right back at these Danes. Once again, we have the puck rolling around the boards in the Danish area. The Swedes have established that this is their tactic that they're going to be doing right away from the get-go in the first period. The Danes dump it right down to the Swedish goalie Enroth. He works it around to his defenseman. Same tactic from the Danes. Picked up by the Swedes. The Swedes regroup and will come right back at the Danish team. Right again, you're seeing a good example of how the Swedes drag that puck along the boards, putting their body between themselves and the other team and the Danish players. And it's very hard to move those big guys off the puck in that type of a situation. And the Swedes give the impression that they could sit there all day doing that. Here come the Danes. Quick shot on Enroth. He turns it off into the right-hand corner. That's a better shift from the Danes up to this point. But promptly they give the puck away. Big opportunity. Fredrik Anderson got his left pad out to turn that puck, turn back that shot. Oh! Big tip in right in front of Fredrik Anderson. Just after we're seeing Zetterberg got himself a goal, number 40. Henrik Zetterberg. Goal and 4 assists. It's a big night for him. Watch, big tip. Oh, right over the left. Here it is again. Watch the tip. Right up into the left-hand corner. Zetterberg goes and collects that puck. (6-1) for Sweden against Denmark.
Number 40, Henrik Zetterberg.
And the Swedes come right back after Denmark. Sweden move the puck around with great ability in the Danish zone. Here comes another shot. Oh! Just another possible tap in there. Oh, long stretch pass for Denmark. Bit of a miscue by the Danish player there. Those good intentions. Offside against Sweden at the Danish blue line. Zetterberg, number 40. The Look at the big deflection. Right over the left shoulder. Frederick Anderson. Let's look at it from behind. Bam, there it is. It's in. To make things even worse, Julian Jacobsen goes and gets himself a penalty for Denmark. So it's going to be a Swedish power play. That's exactly what Denmark needed right now. We'll see what Ståhlberg and company for the Swedes can do on this face-off. It's up for grabs. Ståhlberg goes in, gets it, works it back to the point. Here comes looking for the tip in. Danish player does get to it, is able to throw it down the ice. And the Swedes regroup, bring it back down. No icing call on it. Oh, just about a fast break for Eller, number 13 of Denmark. He goes back to the bench. They get some fresh legs out on the ice. Sweden comes right back down. Big, strong snaps, a wrist shot. Frederick Anderson handles it well. Enroth has the puck for the Swedes down their own zone. Collides with the Danish player. No penalties called in that situation, but Enroth did play around with the puck a little bit. Here comes the looking for the tip in. The Swedes didn't work that time, so they keep on working around the boards. Aren't able to keep possession in the Danish zone. The puck pops right back down to the end of the Swedish zone. Both teams go for changes on the fly. Another 20 seconds left in the power play for Sweden. Oh. Again, Denmark looking a bit scattered, with its players running after the puck a bit during this power play. And the power play is over. 5-on-5. Oh, big space for Zetterberg there again in front of the Danish net, but he just can't squeeze off a shot. The Danes just decide to throw the puck down the ice. Not quite icing. They have some time to get fresh players onto the ice. And once again, Swedes are doing the rotation along the boards. Frederick Anderson, the Danish goalie, squeezes the puck. There we see Helmarsson, number 44 for the Swedes, getting some ice time. The Danish players are talking it over on the bench. Here we see Enroth with his puck handling abilities. Number 1 for Sweden is Enroth. As I was saying, the Swedish team came with a lot of NHL players because various teams were knocked out in the first round. Big grudge match coming up between Finland and Sweden. Sweden wants to obviously change the results of last year's final. Obviously, these first games they've come, they're sending a message saying that we mean business. And so far tonight it has been. Tonight it's been a bit of a Swedish show. Already coming up to 6-1 for the Swedish team. Just over 6.5 minutes left in the second period. And here we go, walking in from the point. Wrist shot turned away by Anderson. Here comes a good opportunity for the Danes. Flex off into the corner. Danes, number 7, Henrik, defenseman. The Swedes this year have a very, very solid D department for defense. Excellent skating abilities, puck handling abilities, and creating opportunities. Oftentimes these big defensemen from the Swedes have no fear whatsoever to jump into the play. This stoppage of play right now, with the face-off coming up in the Danish end of the ice. Fredrik Andersen, the Danish goalie, has had a lot of work cut out for him tonight. We're having good luck at number 20, Lundqvist, Joel Lundqvist. He took the face-off for Sweden. The puck is down in the Swedish area. The Danes have possession. Here comes a shot right from the point. Rips it off of number 20. Off of Lundqvist's ankle. That always stings a little bit. There we see the strength of Zetterberg, number 40 for Sweden, working the puck around. Number 93 for Sweden, he's up for NHL Rookie of the Year. Excellent shot, Anderson has it. Here comes the shot for the point. Good visual field for Fredrik Andersen. Goalie of Denmark handles it quite handily. Centerman for Denmark is waved out of this face-off area. Denmark wins the face-off. Throws it out into the center ice area. Sweden comes up with it, comes down, looks to create a 2-on-2 situation. Zetterberg dragging the puck for Sweden again. Oh, and Fredrik Andersen. No, there's no goal called on that. But there's another indication of Zetterberg's strength. Henrik Zetterberg, how he can just walk out from the corner. Right in front, watch. Dragging the puck around, goes around the boards. Sees the opportunity, pushes himself right up in front of Jensen, the Danish defender. That shows skating ability and strength. Parmarts can't be anything but happy with not only with the result, but the obvious attitude that his players have brought to this World Championship. Sweden has challenged that call to see, they thought maybe that puck did bounce in. Let's have a better look at it now. Watch. Tough call. I'm going to see what they have to say upstairs. Here's a better look at it. I'm not so sure. He has a nice mouth guard. Henrik Zetterberg. Waiting for the decision from upstairs on if there was actually a goal for Zetterberg in that Last frame of play. No goal. Face off in the Danish zone, 5-on-5, 6-1 for Sweden. There comes another rush up on Frederick Anderson. We'll see that the Swedish players are essentially now being almost uncontested as they go around the boards. We'll see how, if Denmark has enough gas in the tank to keep up with their Swedish counterparts. It takes a huge amount of energy to work, to keep on grinding it out along the boards. Once again, Frederick Anderson says, I've seen enough of this. Let's get a stoppage and play. And we're at the face-off circle again. Looks like right at the face-off area, there was a penalty called on Sweden right now. Järvik. No, excuse me. Silfverberg. Jacob Silfverberg. Watch right here. Maybe they're saying they're calling an interference. It's a power play for Denmark. 5-on-4. Face off. To the right of Enroth, the Swedish goalie.
Team Sweden, number 33, Jakob Silfverberg, 2-minute penalty for interference. Time 17:02.
It's an interference call for that penalty. Denmark has possession in the Swedish area. Working it around. Moving it around. Looking much better than just a few minutes ago. Looking to get a couple shots, but it bounces over the blue line. Denmark comes right back into the Swedish area, looking to establish the puck control and get some pressure onto the Swedes, but the Swedes have none of that. And they bounce it out into the mid-ice area, and Denmark has to regroup. Just over 1 minute left in the power play for Denmark. The puck bounces around to the other side of the rink. Denmark picks it up. Sweden being very aggressive during this power play, not giving Denmark much of a chance to establish. But here comes a shot from the point. Denmark is getting some fresh legs out on the ice right now. There's a couple whacks at it. Hedman. Number 7-7 for Sweden. Lost the stick. Comes up. There was the opportunity. Eller. Number 81, Lars Eller. He's with the Montreal Canadiens. That's his NHL team. He could use some of his NHL Montreal Canadian teammates with him here tonight. But it's a growing period as well for the Danish team. It's a tough lessons. And there you go. Hart, number 44, gets his second goal for tonight on the power play. 6-2 for Denmark. Nicholas Hart nets himself the second goal at 18:47 of the second period. Watch how it develops. Look in front of the net. There's Hart. Right there. That's where you have to be. It's called puck sense. Just knowing where that puck is going to be most of the time. Just sweep it into the net. Enroth gets caught looking. That's the second Danish goal. 6-2. Sweden over Denmark right now. Excellent attitude from the Danes. Not giving up, not rolling over.
1 minute remaining of the second period. Står 1 minut av den andra perioden.
And it's always amazing how one goal can change an entire team. Look how the Danes are skating right now.
Scoreline number 44.
Much more energy, much more energetic. Coming out, establishing themselves, pushing the Swedes back out into the mid-ice area.
47. Sweden playing at full strength. From Michael 046.
Where the puck is down in the Danish area right now. Last 10 seconds in the second period. Swedes are looking to get that last shot off. It's right behind the Danish net right now. That's it. That's how the second period ends. 6-2 Sweden. We're going to take a break. Go get yourself a sandwich. I know I am. I'll see you back here soon.
Score after the second period. Denmark 2, Sweden 6. Sen efter två perioder, Danmark toppsize.
Opening face-off for the third period goes to Sweden. No, you can't afford to have any type of physical or mental letdown, because the World Championship is a grinding, grueling tournament. Oftentimes with back-to-back games, all of them count in the point system. Here comes a quick shot on Enroth, and it's the third, number 3, the third goal for Denmark. Right, opening up the third period. Number 81, Eller. 21 seconds into the third period. Way to go! Hear how it develops. Watch, it comes right up into the high slot area. Big screen. There's a big screen right from the Swedish Broden, number 28. It could have deflected in off of him. He was trying to get out of the way, but he got hit. Maybe he got hit with the puck, redirecting it into the net right behind Enroth, the Swedish goalie. 6-3 right now. Good work from the Danes. Came out right away, giving themselves a goal. That's a big boost for any team. Swedes come right back. Shot on net. Wide. Some more hitting, a little bit more physical activity at the beginning of this third period.
Goal for Team Denmark, scored by number 81, Lars Eller, assisted by number 51, Frans Nilsson, number 44, Nicholas Hart.
And here come back the Swedes once again. Throwing the puck deep down into the Danish zone. Danes bring the puck around the boards. Get out of their own zone into the middle ice area. The Swedes push themselves immediately back in. And it's a penalty being called. Holding. Looks like it's on Denmark. Green, number 13. Martin Green, he gets 2 minutes for holding, 124 of the third period. Right here, that's pretty clear. He was doing a good holding situation. But that's exactly what these teams don't know. You work so hard for your goal, then you go and put yourself into a penalty situation against a team like Sweden. You throw it right down on Fredrik Andersen, the goalie for Denmark. 5-on-4 situation for Sweden right now. Moving the puck around the point. Danes working hard, trying to get the puck out of their own zone. They finally do. Keep possession of the puck. And finally throw it down into the Swedish zone. Here come back the Swedes. Just over the mid-ice area. Past the blue line. Trying to set up some pressure on the Danes. Danes are looking much better on this power play situation. Not letting the Swedes get any type of pressure established. Here come the Swedes. The Swedes are up to bring that puck right down into the Danish area of the ice. Swedes moving the puck around with authority. Danes are able to break it up, get the puck out into the mid-ice area, quickly get new, fresh legs onto the ice. Swedish players dragging the puck. Oh, just about a good tip-in for number 33 of Sweden. And the puck just got by his stick. And we are once again down into the Swedish zone. Swedes regroup. It's at full strength. The penalty is over. Swedes can't keep the puck in the Danish zone. Come right back at him though. More work up and down the boards. Quick pass out in front of the Danish net to the Swedes. Didn't work that time. Didn't net them the seventh goal, but they're coming back looking for that next scoring opportunity. Eller, number 81, looking what he can do for the Danish side. He just had that third Danish goal a few minutes ago. Oh! Big. There was Eller, number 81, man on the spot. Hedman, number 77, the Swedish defenseman, gave up that puck right in front of Enroth. Enroth saves the day. Watch. Glove hand out there. Forced. Oh, Enroth. Good glove hand on the left-hand side. Lundqvist is waved out of the face-off area. Eller, number 81. He's getting the opportunities. He's right back out there. Teams are at full strength. 6-3, Sweden over Denmark. Danes are picking it up a little bit in this third period, getting a little bit more confidence. Swedes have to respond. Oh, big hit right at the mid-ice area. The Danes are definitely getting more confident. They aren't being intimidated by the Swedes. They're coming up, hitting them, trying to stand the Swedes up to the blue line. Puck is thrown out, getting right down into the Swedish area again. New legs out on the ice. The Danes throw it right back down into the Swedish area. Oh, and just about again, the Danes were able to force a turnover. The Danes are obviously playing with much more confidence in these last few minutes. They looked like they were being run over by a semi in the first and second period. Little by little, they're clawing their way back into this game. Puck jumps over the net into the other end. Now the Swedes want to respond by upping the tempo. Play is called dead. There's Eller. There's his goal. It'll open up the third period. Face off to the right of Enroth, the Swedish goalie. Zetterberg had a huge second period for Sweden. Sweden gets the face off. Get out of their zone immediately. Decided to take it back and regroup. It wasn't exactly what they wanted. Getting a new line on the ice as well. He's there exchange the puck between themselves in the mid-ice area. Now the Swedes seem to see what they like. Dumping it down. Looks like a delayed penalty call against Sweden. Fredrik Andersen, the Danish goalie, is out of his net. The sixth attacker for Denmark is on the ice. They keep possession of the puck, wanting to organize. Swedes are in no rush to go and touch that puck. The Danes keep the puck. They have six attackers out. It's a delayed penalty call. Eller dragging the puck back down into his zone. Waiting, looking, wanting, needing, desire for a big shot. Oh! The heart goes right into the Swedish net. Hedman, number 77 for the Swedes, is with Eller. The Danish team, there's a little bit of mixing it up between the two teams now. Hansen, number 36 of Denmark, is exchanging his opinions with various Swedish players. We'll see at the end exactly. Looks like Hedman is heading to the box. Number 13 of Denmark looks like he was cut. He was cut. That will be extra minutes. It's a double minor, 4 minutes high sticking. Cut the player from the other team. So it's going to be a double minor handed out to Sweden. Hedman, number 77, he's standing over at the penalty box right now, waiting to hear exactly what the situation is. There it is, right there. Caught him right up on the chin. Hedman saying it was an accident. Referee saying, well, be careful next time. There's the puck coming up, right, catches the captain for Denmark, right on the chin. That stings. Obviously giving him a cut. He'll get a few Green will get himself a few stitches, probably be back out in a couple of shifts on the ice. It's a power play, 4-minute power play for Denmark. 5-on-4. This is an excellent opportunity for Denmark to try and pull itself back into this game. Denmark is waiting, looking. Puck bounces out in front of the Swedish net. It's cleared out into the mid-ice area. Oh! Some sloppy work from the Danish defense. Frederik Andersen, the Danish goalie, comes to the rescue, moves the puck around. The Danes have possession in the Swedish zone, but the puck jumps down to Frederik Andersen, the goalie, for Denmark once again. Nielsen, the defense for Denmark, starts to try and get something organized for the Danish players. They're trying to move it around the outside of the periphery, looking for the slap shot from the point. Finally getting some pressure onto the Swedes. Here it comes, the shot goes wide. The Danes are able to keep possession in the Swedish zone. Just over 2.5 minutes left in the double penalty against Sweden. Swedes find the puck, dump it right down the ice.
Ice sticking. Spin at the back.
Everybody clap your hands.
There we see the screen right in front of Enroth. The Swedish goalie looking around. He is able to get his right pad out on it and deflect the puck into the right corner in the Swedish zone. Well, the face-off comes back to the Danish area. The Danes try a long stretch pass, goes all the way down the ice. It's an icing call against Denmark. That puck comes all the way back. Nielsen was trying a long stretch pass, just a little bit too long. Jonas Brodin, number 28, got himself a goal tonight. Face-off goes to Denmark. Two minutes left in the power play for Denmark. Denmark has to get down there, get that puck, get organized. The Swedes force a turnover, but Denmark, Eller, number 81, he is emerging as a big presence for Denmark. He plays for the Montreal Canadiens in the NHL. What's the other name for the Montreal Canadiens from the NHL? Les Habitants. Oh, that puck just bounces out into the mid-ice area. Here comes a better shooting opportunity, but it goes off the shin guard of number 93, Swedish player. But the Danes will not be denied. They just keep coming back, looking for a good shooting opportunity. Just under a minute left in the penalty. Swedes putting no pressure onto the Danes. Eller has the puck, moves it around to the point. Gets blocked by all the bodies in front of Enroth, the Swedish goalie. And the Swedes coming right back. Danes get possession of the puck. 25 seconds. Could be the last rush for Denmark in this double penalty situation. The Danes are obviously looking to try and work it around to get that last shot on net. Just wide. Here comes goal! There you go. Just as the penalty, the long 4-minute penalty. And who is it? The captain, who took the high stick, got cut on his chin by Hedman, number 77. Morten Green, number 13 for Denmark, came out, got himself a goal. Watch it. There's the first shot. Watch number 13 at the bottom of your screen. There comes a slap shot. It's in. Big screen in front of Enroth. There it is. That's in. From the top of the face-off area, just as the penalty expired, Denmark goes and gets its 4th goal of this game, bringing itself ever closer to Sweden. Sweden must respond by upping the tempo and bringing pressure back onto Denmark. The first 2 periods, there was huge Swedish pressure on Denmark. Minutes entirely passed in the Danish zone. This 3rd period, little by little, Denmark is pulling itself back into this game. Swedes trying to get something going, but obviously the Danes are. Here come the Swedes again. Tap in doesn't work that time. But the Danes are obviously skating with much more vigor after that last goal. Again, number 81. One of the Swedish players caught a high stick. Number 16 caught a high stick in the face. Swedish fans obviously thought the penalty should have been called, but there was no penalty on that play. Puck is right back down into the Danish area of the rink. Hedman tries to keep the puck in the Danish area, but to no avail. Hedman, number 77, the big Swedish defenseman. Many people thought a charging penalty should have been called there. Here comes Hedman again. He's throwing his weight around out there right now. Just under 7 minutes left in the 3rd period, 6-4 for Sweden. And it is a delayed penalty call. Hedman heads right back to the penalty box. He had just done 4 minutes in the penalty box. He goes and gets himself another 2. He's very disgruntled. Watch here, taking the Danish player into the boards. It could be charging from there. It looks like, yeah, it was that he caught himself a charging call. Boarding, excuse me. It's another 2 minutes for Victor Hedman, number 77, in the penalty box. And he will obviously have some words with Per Martz, the Swedish head coach, after the game, about his attitude and catching himself that number of penalty minutes. Let's face it, in a game like this, you can maybe get away with a situation like this, but it does create, once again, the power play for Denmark. Do something like that, though, against teams like Russia, Finland, and you will be paying the price. Anyway, we're back to another power play for Denmark. Denmark is out there. They smell another goal. Excellent opportunity for Denmark. Swedes have to defend for 2 minutes. 5-on-4 situation for Denmark. The Danes were keeping the puck in very well. The Swedish zone still are. Excellent work, excellent job. Good poise. Not getting rattled. Keep moving that puck around. Good job by the Danes. Not getting rattled. Using that power play. There comes another shot. Bounces off into the corner. Big work done by the Danish attack. Keeping that puck in the Swedish zone. And here come the Swedes, get it. Pull the puck deep down into the Danish zone. The rest go and change, getting new power legs out onto the ice. Just under 30 seconds left in the power play. And the Danes once again regroup. 10 seconds left in the power play. Coming down into the Swedish zone. I've noticed that in this tournament, the referees do not call face-offs all that easily. They encourage the players to work the puck out from amongst themselves. They don't want that. Oh, here's a big giveaway. Oh, what an excellent opportunity for Denmark. That comes just from good work. Hedman, number 77 for Sweden. He's out of the penalty box. Teams are back at full strength. Just 4 minutes left in the third period. All of a sudden, Denmark is playing completely different. Here comes back Sweden. Oh, Fredrik Andersen pulls it back. There is a penalty call against Denmark, however. Tripping call will come out against Denmark. Too bad. That's exactly what they didn't need. Watches. Right there. There's the tripping call. Number 13, the captain, Green of Denmark. Here's that last opportunity for Denmark. There's the boarding call on Hedman. To say the least, he does not agree with the referee. Face-off in the Danish zone. The Swedes win the face-off, move the puck around along the blue line. Puck comes to number 40 for Sweden, Zetterberg. Tries the filter pass. Don't forget that Sweden is on the power play for another 1 minute and 40 seconds. They come right back at Denmark. Looking to work the puck in. Here's a good new combination. Nice moves. This could be an opportunity for Denmark. But the Swedish defense nullify any type of danger. And come right back at Denmark. Just over 1 minute left in the power play for Sweden on Denmark. It's 6-4 for Sweden. There was a meeting of... Oh! Nice try. Long stretch pass from number 29, Madsen, on Denmark. Here's the meeting of the minds. Alfredsson ends up down on the ice. And once again, we have the face-off in the Danish area. To the right of the Danish goalie. Just over 40 seconds left in the power play for Sweden. Denmark is responding. Throwing it deep down, right on Enroth, Swedish goalie. Here come the Swedes. Trying a shot, but it deflects off the defenseman's stick. Here comes the Swedes trying to create some very good opportunities, but Denmark is able to stop any of their initiatives in these last minutes. And the teams are back at full strength right now. 5-on-5 for the last minute and 20 seconds of this third period. 13 Green, captain for Denmark, notched the last and the fourth goal for Denmark. Eller, number 81 for Denmark, has been having a very big game. And Sweden comes out of its own zone once again. Puck bounces out just inside the Danish blue line. Denmark looking for that fifth goal so they can say that it was a close game. Sweden looking after taking care of business in their own zone. Here comes what could probably be one of the last Danish shots on the Swedish net, but no, it's not going to happen right now. Swedes, even though the Danes have an empty net situation, they threw out the sixth player. They look like they want to end it this way, and that's how it ends. And 6-4, Sweden, victory over Denmark. Sweden keeps on rolling along in this World Championship. Third game, third win. Denmark never gave up. Did an excellent job in the third period. The first and second period, they had their moments, but little by little they pulled themselves back into the game. Number 44 for Denmark. He obviously had a very good game. And now the MVPs will be coming up. Well, I say for Denmark, the MVP will be the goalie, Frederik Andersen. He had a huge amount of work. And for Sweden, I would say Henrik Zetterberg. Let's see how things work out in just a couple of seconds.
Total shots on goal for Sweden 42, for Denmark 18. Totalskapsstatistik för Sverige 42 och för Danmark 18. Ladies and gentlemen, the best player award of each team is presented by the official sponsor, Raiffeisen Bank International. The best player award as selected by each team will be presented by
So it was tough for calling the MVPs for the games.
Denmark and His Royal Highness the Prince of Sweden.
And in just a few seconds, we will find out.
Best player of Team Denmark. Number 3, Philip Larsen.
No. I didn't call it, but Larsen obviously had an excellent game. And now we'll see who the MVP is for Sweden.
Number 21, Louis Eriksson.
Well, you see, my choices were perfectly wrong. Anyway, Louis Eriksson is the MVP for Sweden in this game. Sweden showed some of its dominance. Denmark showed its resilience, getting itself back into the game. Do stay with us in these next days. Excellent hockey will be on its way. We'll see you again tomorrow. It was my pleasure to be with you. My name is Mark Barrowald, and have a good night to one and all. Bye-bye.